another empty day at school, so I might as well just wear my favorite thing, which is my Renaissance flower crown today. What is this? An email from Sispy about the Metaverse. Metaverse for Earth Hour. Okay, well, let's see what it's about. What is happening to me? Oh my gosh, I think I'm entering the Metaverse. Oh, let's see if we can catch this for tide. Let me call Mr. Hussein. Mr. Hussein, look at this. Do you know where we are?
We are in the Metaverse. I've been waiting for you here the whole time.
Oh my gosh, it's so colorful. Who else is here?
Mr. Hendrich is here. He's waiting for us in the Sispy Meta Hub. Let's hop into this portal.
Okay, I'll follow you. Mr. Hendrich, this is so cool. I've never been pixelated before. Why did Sispy build this? What's it for?
So we built this space for a better way for us to connect and make school feel like you're playing a game. We're actually promoting the Earth Hour, and you can also see Meatless Monday recipes by Mr. King and Miss Murta. Here are some of the things you can do. 1. You can watch videos. 2. Interact with the other objects. And also play with your friends. If you want to ask for more information, you can contact us in our email or ask your teachers.
Wow, this is an incredible innovation, a different way to connect, and just perfect for March and being innovative. Thank you, Mr. Hendrich, and thank you, Sispy.
Thank you so much for visiting us. See you soon, everyone!
Wow, that was crazy, and my avatar also had my flower crown. Anyway, that was so cool because it's especially amazing that in March, we're talking about being innovative. And I have a question. So give me a thumbs up if you agree, and give me a thumbs down if you disagree. Being creative and being innovative is the same thing. Agree or disagree? That's being creative or being innovative is the same thing. I'll give you 5 seconds. Well, if you answered disagree, you would be correct because you have to be creative in order to think up new solutions for problems. However, being innovative means that you've already used your creativity to create something that's invented something, and then to innovate it, you make it better. So there's also a difference actually between being innovative and being inventive. So here's an example. I'll tell you the story of the pencil. Someone invented this pencil. This was, I think, back in like the 1800s. But Eberhard Farber actually improved on it in the 1930s. This is a Blackwood pencil. One of the issues that I have with this regular pencil is that, you know, when you erase everything and it goes down, you have no way to change the eraser because it's stuck. Eberhard Farber actually invented this Blackwing pencil, and guess what happens? You can take this out, and you can buy lots of little dinky erasers and put it back in and change it, and you can even change the color. So Eberhard Farber innovated on the invention of a pencil, and that's the difference. So to create something, it doesn't mean you're being innovative. It does mean something. It does mean you're being innovative if you find something that really happens and then you improve on it. So if you're trying to improve something, you have to be willing to keep trying and trying again. And I thought it would be fun for you to actually see something where we had a contest here with our teachers. We had a nailed it and failed it competition because we think it's really important to be trying something, and sometimes when you try something, you end up failing at something. So we're gonna go back to my house because there's something to be gained from nailing it as well as failing it. So good morning, everyone. For this episode of Tide, I thought that we would answer one of your questions, which is, what do teachers do on their PD day, which was a couple Fridays ago? Well, we learned a lot of things. We'll tell you about that later. But towards the end of the day, we had a dolphin pancake challenge that the social committee organized. And that meant that in all of our different kitchens, all over Hong Kong, and some of us not even in Hong Kong, that people were trying to do their best to make a dolphin pancake. So what I've decided to do is recreate that for you here today, because what we had was we had 2 categories for winning. One was a nailed it winner, which meant that their dolphin looked perfectly almost like a dolphin, and one was a failed it winner, which meant that it looked nothing like a dolphin. In fact, it probably looked like something else. And that is, well, I'll have you guess. One of them nailed it and one of them failed it. So you can guess. Here's Mr. Michelson, one of our winners, and here's Mr. Hussein, our other winner. So can you take a guess? 5 seconds to guess which one nailed it, which one failed it. And we're going to interview our nailed it star first. That's Mr. Hussein, so he's going to show you now all of his ingredients. So can you share with the camera?
Yes. So we have quarter sugar, 1 pinch of salt, half cup of milk, 1.5 tablespoon oil, vanilla essence. And then after we mix those, we will have all-purpose flour, 1 cup.
1 cup.
Baking powder.
1 teaspoon. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, great. Mr. Michelson, how are your ingredients going?
Well, hey everyone, Mr. Michelson here. Well, unlike Mr. Hussein, I decided to just get pancake mix. So what we got here is Betty Crocker pancake mix. I got my little shaker for the protein shakes that I used to do when gyms were open. I added a little bit of water, spray canola oil. I got my pan. I got my wooden spoon.
Okay, so are you ready to mix your stuff and make your dolphin pancakes?
Yes.
I am.
Okay, all right, well, I'm excited to see.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so now we're at the end of our challenge, and it's time to see whether or not Mr. Hussein repeated his nailed it and Mr. Michelson repeated his failed it. So are you ready? 3, 2, 1, show us. Yes. I would say yes. I would say that was great. Look at that dolphin close up. So I have one really tricky question actually that I'm genuinely curious about. Mr. Hussein, you were the winner for nailed it, right? Which meant that you nailed it. You got it like basically perfect. But if you were really, really, really trying to fail it, what would you do differently?
I think I would rush very fast and try to do it as fast as I can. And also another thing is I would not plan.
Okay, and Mr. Michelson, this time around, if you were really trying to, like if Mrs. Michelson was actually really like, you have to fail, you have to nail this, what would you actually do differently?
I would get the ingredients ready, not get Betty Crocker to help me out. Second thing, I would definitely research. I do definitely a couple practice rounds.
Practice it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, well, thank you so much for being our guests at Tide today, and I really appreciate it. Can we see the dolphins again one more time?
Sure.
Oh yeah, are you sure those are not mashed potatoes?
They're a whale.
Yay! Thank you.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
So I hope you liked that video, and I really want to especially thank Mr. Hussein and Mr. Michelson for being our Pancake Dolphin Challenge winners. And especially though, Mr. Michelson, because it's super easy to be the person who wins, who nails it, and then be publicly acclaimed for it. But to be the person who fails it publicly, that takes a lot of courage. Yeah. And if there's something that being innovative requires, well, it's being creative and being courageous at the same time, because you're trying to improve something. Okay, well, for our last part of this episode, we are going to go back into the Metaverse because we have somebody who nailed it for her Meatless Monday guest chef series. So let's check out this ISPI Meta Hub. I'm going to put on my flower crown because that's what my avatar is also wearing now. And see you there.
Welcome to the Meatless Monday featured recipe this week, where I'll be cooking sweet corn and zucchini fritters. In an ideal world, you would grate the zucchini, but I don't have a grater, so I'm going to chop it super fine and small.
Well, thank you, Ms. Merzak, for joining Mr. King as part of our guest chef for our Meatless Monday series. And if anybody here would love to be innovative and try to improve on either of their recipes, well, let us know. You can send a picture or video to cgreenberg@ths.edu.hk, and we would love to feature you or any other examples of being innovative. Speaking of which, I am going to explore this metaverse just a little bit more before I sign back into the real world. I wonder if they have food here. Anyway, don't be afraid to fail, be courageous, and have a wonderful week. See you later.